We're continuing topic 2.9, quotient rule in this video. We're going to look through example 5. So example 5 is the values of two differentiable function f of x and g of x along with their derivatives are given in the table below for several values of x. So they gave us this crazy big table. And again, the AP exam loves giving you the table. So in A, it says, given that h of x equals f of x over g of x, find h prime of 2. So we're going to start by just identifying our red function is our numerator, our green function is our denominator. It says take the derivative. I'm going to take the derivative. So h prime of x equals the derivative of the red, so f prime of x, times the green original. We're going to use a subtraction because that's the rule. The red original, the green derivative, all over the green, be careful how you write this, squared. All right, so now let's plug the values in from the table. So we're supposed to be finding h prime of 2. So I've got f prime of 2, g of 2, minus f of 2, g prime of 2, all over g of 2 squared. So h prime of 2 equals, let's read those values out of the table. So f prime of 2 is going to be -1. Then I need g of 2, which is going to be 3, minus f of 2, which is going to be 4, times g prime of 2, which is going to be 3/2, all over g of 2. So g of 2 again is 3. I'm going to square that. So -1 times 3 is -3. This 2 is going to go into 4 twice. So we get minus, and then it's going to be 2 times 3, which is 6, all over 9. So it looks like we get -9 over 9, which would be -1. All right, so in B, they're combining the table concept along with the fact that we have a square root in the denominator. So I am going to actually rewrite this a little bit. So g of x over x to the 1/2 power. All right, let's go ahead and take our derivative. So g prime of x equals, and I've got my red function is my numerator, my green function is my denominator. So derivative of my red would be g prime of x. Keep the green the way it is. I'm going to keep the green as square root of x because that's going to probably help us more in the end. And then I'm going to subtract the red the way it is, so g of x. And then the derivative of my green would be 1/2 x to the -1/2 power, all over the green squared. So the green squared would be the square root of x squared. So I am going to spend one line simplifying that a little bit because I don't like the exponent there. So g prime of x equals g prime of x square root of x minus g of x. Now, a bunch of things are happening here. I know I've got a 2 in the denominator. I'm going to bring that down to the denominator. So it would really be 2x to the 1/2. And then I'm going to switch that back to a square root. So it'd be square root of x all over. And then the square root of x squared is just going to be x. Now let's plug that value in that they want. They want us to put in 4. So j prime of 4 equals g prime of 4 square root of 4 minus g of 4 over 2 square root of 4 all over 4. So now we're going to go into our table to help us finish this one. So g prime of 4. G prime of 4 is 1. So I get 1, and then the square root of 4 is 2, minus g of 4. So g of 4 is 5. So 5 over, and then the square root of 4 is 2, times 2 is 4, all over 4. So we're basically down to arithmetic and algebra, a little bit of simple algebra here. So 2 times 1 is 2, minus 5/4 all over 4. I'm going to turn that 2 into fourths, so that would be 8 fourths minus 5 fourths over 4. 8 fourths minus 5 fourths would be 3 fourths over 4, and it's technically 4 over 1, so I'm going to get rid of the complex fraction, so I would end up with 3 fourths times 1 over 4, so I would end up with 3 eighths. I take that back. I would end up with 3/16 because 4 times 4 is 16, not 8.